Well, thankfully it's now time to review the last Leprechaun film. Yay! And I don't give a fuck about the goddamn remake with who would stink? Humbledore. Who had the Hornswoggle? That's who it is. Hornswoggle from WWE in a remake of Leprechaun. Don't give a fuck. This is the last one. 6 movies. They've been a pain in the ass to watch. If you like the series, that's fine. If you enjoy the series, you're a fan of the series, that's fine. I'm not one of them. I did this because back in September or so, I asked, hey, what 2 franchises do you want me to review? And the 2 that were the top voted were Nightmare on Elm Street and Leprechaun. So I did Nightmare on Elm Street, and I enjoyed most of those films, but Leprechaun in my mouth, the most I enjoyed was 4 because it was entertainingly shitty. The other films were just shitty. So we got Leprechaun Back to the Hood in 2003. Because, I don't have the DVD of this, but I looked up info online. The DVD for Leprechaun Back to the Hood is back to the THA. To the THA Hood. This DVD has features 2 fucking audio commentaries. Yeah, Leprechaun Back to the Hood has 2 fucking audio commentaries. One with the director as well as the actor, Ward Davis. I forget who the fuck the director's name, don't give a shit. And a second commentary with the director and I think it was like the cinematographer. Yeah, just the cinematography is so great, and Leprechaun Back to the fucking Hood. I look over here and I see films that are not even on goddamn DVD, like Moontrap or Take Your Beverly Hills, unless you want to get a Blu-ray overseas. The People Under the Stairs. The Blu-ray overseas did special features. Yeah, there's a Blu-ray that's overseas that did special features. Included a commentary with the star, Brandon. I forgot his last name. Who played a little kid. Commentary with him. Interviews with Wes Craven. The guy who played Roach, I believe. And that Blu-ray overseas has features, but nothing in the US. But oh, thank God you get the 2 commentaries on Leprechaun Back to the Hood. Thank fucking Lord. So you can find out shit like, what did they say in that article? Oh yeah, this was originally going to be Leprechaun goes to spring break on a tropical island with bikini girls. But apparently, Leprechaun in the Hood sold so much video tapes that, you know what? Or DVDs, however the fuck it was, the DVDs, we gotta make it back to the hood. Blows my fucking mind. Hell, you would think for the Leprechaun, the first one, which I think they're all shitty, but the first one get features. But no, Leprechaun Back to the Hood, it's 2 commentary tracks. Holy shit. And once again, they don't give a fuck about continuity, but whatever. It starts with a storybook about how the leprechauns were protecting gold for the teen, and they all went back, except one who didn't go back, and that's the leprechaun played by Ward Davis. And you have this weird slow-mo where literally, sometimes in the beginning, there's this weird slow-mo that he pops on screen, and literally, he's about half the fucking screen. He's like, see, this is the screen? He's like, right here. Serious to God, he pops in, he's like right here walking. Like, you have all this empty space. It's like they didn't fucking center him right. And then this weird slow-mo. And then this priest fights the leprechaun. And he stabs the leprechaun, uses holy water, which has clovers, banishes him to the earth. And he gets pulled under the leprechaun. And then the priest dies from his injuries. And it's a year later. Even though I think on Wikipedia, they say like 3 years later. But in the movie, it literally says 1 year later. So you can't always trust Wikipedia. And the leprechaun, they change his look. Like, he wears more black clothes instead of green. Like, usually it's green, but here it's darker, blacker. It's black. And he has like he has his top hat, but it's black, and has a cloak. It's almost like he's trying to be like a miniature Jack the Ripper or something. And I will say, one thing I will say about the film is Warwick Davis' performance did not annoy me as much in this film. Because it seems like, well, not when he's getting fucking hits the Bond scene. But later on, he seems a little bit more serious. And, like, he's just, like, rips one's. He shoves his hand into someone's guts, rips a heart out. He seems a bit more darker. So even though I'm not a big fan of this character. Not even. I hate the character of the Leprechaun. I hate the the way it's portrayed. I don't like it at all. I'd rather see Chucky voiced by Brad Dourif and a lot of other films, Dolls with Stuart Gordon and other stuff. But I will say of all the performances, this one is the most decent, maybe, the War Davis for me. Dave, because it's a little bit darker, especially in the second half of the film. But that's not saying much. Characters are nothing. You have this guy who, you have this lead girl who apparently she was with this one guy, but they broke it off, and now her ex is with this other girl. And our lead girl works at this hair salon, which is, you might as well just say, oh, it's like beauty shop. It's just stereotypical shit, dialogue. And her ex-boyfriend is on this motorcycle with this red leather jacket, and has this weird fucking helmet. Because the helmet is metal, but it's like also, it looks like aluminum or something. Like, it's one of those things that you look at it and you can see your reflection. It's like if my fucking pizza tray or something was condensed to a helmet. It's just a weird looking helmet. Almost as if it was like a silver helmet or something. Or not even silver. I mean, I'm like, what the fuck? He's got like a kitchen utensil on his head or something. It just looked weird, this helmet. I'm like, do they make bicycle helmets like this? Really? Do they? Maybe they do. I don't know. It just looked fucking weird. And laughable. It looked laughable. Like he's at the special ed. There's these guys because her ex is a drug dealer, and there's these other guys who don't want this guy on the turf. Have a little scuffle. The lead guy hits one while riding a bike with a bat, and then they have this for like 20 minutes or so. Is like this deep stuff of, oh, wanting to get out of the hood, and there's this youth center that the priest who died at the beginning, he never got to finish, and I want to get out. And this one girl, I want to go to college. And these two girls see the psychic lady who has this crystal ball and warns them. Um, then you have this stoner guy who buys this weed and complains to the lead guy. He's like, you gave me this weed and it has these clovers in it. How fucking convenient that he just happens to have weed with clovers in it. How fucking convenient, huh? This is really typical of weed bags having fucking clovers in them. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, you're not even trying, are you? But when the stoner guy is talking to the lead guy, the drug dealer guy, he's like, no, we don't say the N-word anymore. We say ninja. So we go, what up, my ninja? What's going on, ninja? And I'm like, what up, my ninja? I mean, I guess you don't, sometimes they still say the N-word, but it's like, what up, my ninja? And I'm like, okay, I've never heard that before, really? They have a barbecue at the youth center that was shut down, and the stoner guy invites the drug dealer, who's the lead girl's ex. The lead girl sees this really crappy $12 rainbow. She falls down this hole, finds this gold, they split it, the leprechaun gets out. And instead of what bitch about wanting to get out, What do? They buy bling, they buy bling, they buy drugs, they buy clothes, but not, oh, we gotta get out. We gotta go to college. Okay, lady, why don't you quit your fucking hair salon job that you hate so much? Instead, you continue to work there, and you're like, you have to massage this fat ass lady, and I call her that because she's a complete bitch. She was a nice girl. I would not call her names, but she's very mean to lead girl. So he's like, fuck you, you fat ass bitch. And I'm like, why don't you quit? You got the money. What's this shit about you wanting to get out? But no, instead you're spend your time buying bling and drugs and clothes. Well, the stoner guy buys the drugs, and the drug dealer still keeps being a drug dealer, even though he's got enough money to retire for the rest of his fucking life. Leprechaun files the gold to this guy who has a bond, takes a bond hit. So it's like, you just did this in the last movie. Instead of weed, replace it with the bond. And then thinks the guy stole his money, so he stabs the guy with a bond. Then it's this I'm high skit where the stoner is making a sandwich and the leprechaun's behind stumbling around. The stoner doesn't notice it, and they keep going back and forth, not noticing it, like some fucking skit from the 30s, like slapstick skit from the 30s, which ultimately ends up with the leprechaun getting accidentally stuck in the fridge, and leprechaun's doing a bond hit. Of course, characters find a dead body. The stoner guy gets arrested. Lead girl Lisa has to massage this big lady. Leprechaun massages the big lady and then kills her. Just touches her neck and breaks her neck. Chases the lead girl. Actually, no, she runs away after the scuffle. Then Leprechaun gets to the other girl, the non-lead girl, the one who wanted to go to college, and burns Leprechaun with aerosol and fire, but then ultimately stabs her in the gut, and you don't see much for, like, you don't really see him stab her in the gut. You just see like that. They find her dead. We gotta give the gold back. The lead guy's an asshole. He's a drug dealer. He's like, no, we can't give it back because they have this thing, and when it's empty of gold, it refills itself back. So it never stops refilling. It always has gold in it, no matter what. The guy hightails it out of there with the gold, like an asshole. Lead girl gets chased. The guy comes back and hits the leprechaun with a bat. Oh, by the way, remember I said the lead guy and the lead girl, they're exes? Well, the lead guy's actual girlfriend, she gets killed because she shoots the leprechaun, but then the leprechaun finds that she put a gold tooth, and it's a cutaway. But then you see the leprechaun leave it and throw away. You see a little piece of her, like the bone of her jaw, bottom jaw. What's funny is Lee Dye never mentions his girlfriend ever again. He just forgot about his girlfriend. So he never finds out, from what I understand, that she's dead, that she's this and that. He doesn't give a fuck. So I'm like, wow. I did so much for being in love. But so that your exes can get together again. Like they give a fuck. Well, at least another gets stopped by the cops. The leprechaun stabs one cop with his, I forget, it was like a flashlight or baton, I forget. Rips the leg off another cop. The girl shoots the leprechaun with a shotgun. They get in. But then those two and the stoner, they get held up by the bad guys that the lead guy had a scuffle with earlier. Leprechaun lets the lead bad guy beat him up because he can just get back up. Leprechaun doesn't get tired. Rips the guy's heart out. They shoot the shit out of Leprechaun. Leprechaun comes back. Pretty much fucks everyone up in a lame way. Guess you get the idea they slit the throat of one guy, which I think the one guy was Sticky Fingers. I could be wrong though. I know Sticky Fingers in the film. I don't remember which one he's at. I really don't remember which character he plays. But you see a little bit of blood on the net, so I guess Leprechaun slit his throat. The three drive away, but the Leprechaun's on the car, so they use the hydraulics on the car to get the Leprechaun off, and it's a really bad effect scene with Leprechaun supposedly on the bottom of the car, but you can tell it's completely fake green screen on in the back of him. Leprechaun gets up. They go to a psychic lady. Uh, she tells him what needs to be done. The lead guy has his gun. They make these hollow tip clover bullets. Like, these bullets have hollow tips, and they put the clover at the tip. And his line is time to, what was it? Time to go fuck up some little people. Time to go fuck up some little people. That's the big badass line. Time to go fuck up some little people. You might as well say, let's fuck up Lucky Charms or some other shit. So, of course, the guy shoots him, and again, the lines, say hello to St. Patrick's for me. Say hello to St. Patrick's for me? Who the fuck wrote this? Oh yeah, the same guy who directed it, who wanted to go to a tropical island with bikini girls and the Leprechaun. Jesus Christ, and this guy gets work. I am jealous. I am supremely fucking jealous. I am supremely fucking jealous. I really am. Jesus fucking Christ. On a pedestal of Satan. Then, of course, the gun gets jammed. And then the psychic lady has Street Fighter like Hadouken powers. Really bad special effects. Because there's some like Mights of Circle is Hadouken, 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 Hadouken. And of course, the Leprechaun like fucks her up, and we don't see what he really does because she just screams, and we assume that she's dead. A lot of times these movies they just cut away, and it's like either they didn't have the budget or what they thought these were for kids, even though they're R-rated. I'm like, or they just didn't have the budget. But oh yeah, and the stoner gets stabbed in the leg with a piece of a bat, but he's still alive. The two leads get up to the roof. The lead guy beats the hell out of the Leprechaun with a pipe, but he gets knocked out. Lep chases a fucking girl to an elevator. She shocks the shit out of him, throws it going in the fire, punches him into it. He goes, I'm melting, but comes back, pushes the girl off so she's hanging. Lead guy shoots him. They push him off to the cement down below. Now the exes are together. The stoner guy is playing basketball with kids. And the movie ends with the storybook closing. You'll see a little hand coming up in the storybook. It ends, closes, and says the end. Just like this fucking... That's the end of my review. The end. The reason I wanted to sum it up so that you guys don't have to see the movie. So I spoiled everything. That's what happens in the film, so you don't have to be curious about it. Not a single character I give a fuck about. Lame dialogue, lame scenarios, lame special effects, lame humor. A lot of lame shit. I mean, it's hard to repeat the thing that I've said literally 6 times. Even though part 4 in space I said was entertainingly shitty compared to the other ones. It was shitty, but I got entertainment out of its shittiness and ridiculousness. But here, you either love it or you hate this stuff. Either you're a fan of this or you're not. And obviously I'm not. And it's hard to go for 6 reviews pretty much saying the same thing. Same motherfucking thing. At least there's no drag queen people in this movie, unlike in the Hood. Got that going for it, I guess. This movie just... These movies, I know people like the humor, and I don't. I know people love Warwick Davis, I don't. Definitely none of it's scary. None of it. I think I'm just drained now. Kind of hard to get the fire lit in my ass for this. I'm gonna watch some good movies. I'm gonna review some good ones. I'm gonna go. You don't see coming up. I'm gonna re-review Critters because I got taken down. Well, it didn't get taken down, but it had a copyright warning. So I'm gonna review that because that's a hell lot better than any of these movies. The first Critters, and I have Critters 2, 3, and 4 up. And I'm sorry, all those films I think are better than these movies. I'd rather watch those than any Leprechaun film again. And then I'm gonna review An American Wolf in London, which is better than any of these movies. I'm gonna review I Am Nancy, documentary that someone wanted me to review, which is better than any of these movies. In fact, you may see one of them up right after this, just so I can watch something and get rid of the shit in my brain. Ooh-sa. Ooh-sa. I'm brain dead. I'm fucking brain dead. I'm fucking brain dead. I'm... Vodka. Goddamn thing. Be drunk. Watch these movies again. That'd be the only way to watch these movies again. Because I was fucking drunk. Okay? Not sober, but fucking drunk. I'd rather drink my own piss like Waterworld than watch these fucking movies again. I'd rather let a firecracker up my ass or be sent to the goddamn Uranus than watch these fucking movies again. I'd rather eat my fucking cap backwards and my glasses forward and stick my fucking camera up my ass to get a fucking colon check. I'd rather watch that with popcorn and the beer. Vodka or martini. Then watch these fucking movies again. If you love them, great. That's fine. These movies are pieces of shit. I stand by what I said. The worst goddamn series of all time. I'd rather watch Puppet Master because they have 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, which I can watch over any of this shit. I'd rather watch Amityville Horror because I think the first one, the original, is better than any of this shit. I'd rather watch fucking Saw because Saw 1 and 2 at least are better than any of these fucking movies. I'd rather watch My Dick in a Box than this shit again. I don't know how else to explain it. I've explained it 6 times now. Leper coming in my mouth. Leper cunts. Lepers of shit. I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing creative. I got nothing funny. I got nothing. It's like this franchise. Nothing. Someone got 6 movies, and this one has 2 commentaries on this fucking DVD. Because the fucking DVD has to have fucking commentaries. Even though there's fucking movies, it doesn't have fucking DVD. Yeah, we don't have Moontrap on fucking DVD. On all this other shit. But oh, where did you fucking this movie on DVD? 6 of them. We can't have Bells, A.T. Murder by Phone with Richard Chamberlain. We can't have an uncut version of the horror show because the Blu-ray that's coming out is a cut version. We can't have, like I said, Moontrap on DVD. Or some of this other shit on DVD. We can't have that. But no, we got 6 Leprechauns, including one with 2 commentary tracks. That's fucking great! Hip hooray! For the economy and consumerism. But coming in my mouth, it tastes like shit!